beyond our borders and into the sporting fields to tell you what is happening in the sporting action. My name is Ibrahim Karanja. Let's get started, and we start from the Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka Center in Karen, Nairobi, where the Azimio leadership was releasing a one-year scorecard of President William Ruto, and our Vincent Odor is in Karen. Vinny, yesterday, Raila Odinga said that amongst other things that this particular meeting this morning will be addressing is their fate in the National Dialogue Committee, and whether they will still be in it or not, owing to the fact that the cost of living, which was their number one demand, is still going high. Has Odinga and the team spoken about this?
Absolutely, Ibrahim. You know, today the Azimio La Umoja coalition team led by their leader, Raila Odinga, today they haven't talked about the National Dialogue Committee, issues around it, but what he has touched on maybe moving forward will happen due to what will happen at the end of the day at the National Dialogue Committee, because today they were basically issuing their scorecard on the performance of the Kenya Kwanza regime for the past 1 year they've been in power, and they have basically given the Kenya Kwanza administration a D- of 30% when it comes to performance, and they've based their scorecard on a number of pillars, from the economic pillar, the social pillar, and the legal and constitutional pillar, and that's what they've been able to use to try and grade the performance of this government for the past 1 year. And they are saying, when you look at the economic pillar, the Kenya Kwanza regime has done so poorly, because they're saying when you look at the exchange rate, you know, the shilling is losing its value. When you look at the shilling against the dollar, it's losing its value. When you look at the public finance, they're saying the country is in debt distress. And when you look at things to do with the cost of living, they're saying the cost of living is very high and the government has been unable to deal with it, and they're saying the government is doing poorly in dealing with the key drivers of inflation, and that is food and fuel and other things to do with small and medium enterprises. They're saying also right now these businesses are going through tougher and tougher times, and the government has been unable to create that enabling environment for them to be able to do their business in a viable manner. And when it comes to things to do with the social pillar, they are saying when it comes to things to do with agriculture, access to healthcare, things to do with education, they are saying now education has become expensive, access to healthcare has become expensive, and this, they are saying, wasn't the way it was 1 year ago. And they are saying things are becoming tougher and tougher when it comes to social matters, education, healthcare. When it comes to things to do with gender, they are saying most promises that President William Ruto gave, especially to women, like for instance ensuring that his cabinet will be 50 by 50 women and men, and that he has abandoned. And they are saying most promises that he made towards gender, especially the women, he abandoned those promises. And these are some of the things they've used to score, to grade the Kenya Kwanza administration. And on the pillar to do with the legal and constitutional matter, they are saying that right now the government is doing, for the past 1 year, the government has been doing so poorly on that, saying there are witnessing, and the Kenya Kwanza administration is synonymous, and they are seeing that there is a comeback of police arrest and intimidation, there's a comeback of police brutality, and they are saying a number of fundamental rights are being infringed and have been infringed for the past 1 year. And they are basing this especially during the time they were doing their countrywide anti-government protests that were done for instance, for the last for a period of 3 months, and they are saying they lost a number of people who were killed, and therefore they're using that to really grade the Kenya Kwanza. But now the bottom line is, when Raila Odinga was speaking today, he said that so far they have collected more than 10 million signatures, and very soon, he has said, watch this space. He's saying this time round, he is not going to tell his supporters to go back to the streets and protest. This time round, he's going to tell his supporters to do something that he's not going to disclose right now. But this is something he has said that Kenyans should watch out moving forward. There's something big that is going to happen with regards to the demands they've put in place and the issues they want addressed, and the grievances they have against the government of President William Ruto. So far, that is it. I'm taking you back to studio.
All right, thank you very much, Vincent Odur, from the Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka Center in Karen, where the Azimio leadership was giving its scorecard of President William Ruto's 1 year in office. Remember, today the president is on his 368th day as president, and for the past about 1 week, several groups have been rating what they think is his performance, and that now coming from his fiercest critics, that is the opposition side.